Picture an 8-year-old Ed Sheeran perched in a darkened movie theater, the aroma of buttery popcorn swirling around him as the screen blazes with Darth Maul's menacing red and black face. His double-bladed lightsaber slicing through the air in Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. That moment in 1999 wasn't just a fleeting thrill for young Ed. It was a spark that ignited a lifelong passion for a film many fans overlook. "I know it's unpopular, but I was 8 when it came out, and I really liked it," he shared. On Kylie and Jason Kelce's Not Going to Lie podcast, his voice warm with nostalgia. "It gives me a lot of nostalgia." For Ed, the movie isn't just about pad racing or Jar Jar Binks' clumsy antics. It's a portal back to a simpler time when a kid from Suffolk could lose himself in a galaxy far, far away. The thrill of that double lightsaber, the roar of the crowd in the Boonta Eevee classic, the tension of Qui-Gon Jinn's duelit, all captivated him, etching the film into his heart. That wide-eyed wonder stuck with him, shaping how he sees the world even now. As a global superstar topping charts and selling out stadiums, if you're loving these heartfelt stories, hit that subscribe button for more. Ed's reflection wasn't just a nostalgic trip. It revealed how personal experiences, even seemingly small ones, leave lasting marks, even on someone who's performed for millions. His voice lit up as he recalled the excitement of The Phantom Menace, how it hit him at just the right moment in his childhood. "Sometimes you just catch it at the right time in your life," he said, a nod to how certain films, songs, or moments become anchors in our lives, grounding us through the years. This idea of perfect timing carried over as he shifted to another defining force in his life, his friendship with Taylor Swift. Their bond, forged in the early 2010s, is no secret in the music world, but hearing Ed talk about it felt like peeking into a private, cherished space. On the podcast, hosted by the Kelce brothers, yes, those Kelce brothers, adored by sports fans and Swifties alike, Ed spoke about Taylor with the ease of someone discussing a lifelong friend. "I see her when I see her," he told Kylie Kelce. "I probably see her like 4 times a year." That might not sound like much, but for two artists navigating world tours, packed recording schedules, and relentless media scrutiny, those moments are precious. Their catch-ups aren't quick coffee runs or brief hellos. They're sprawling, 6-hour conversations where time slips away because you're with someone who truly understands. "She is one of the only people that really understands where I'm at," Ed said, his words heavy with the reality of fame's isolating grip. For Ed and Taylor, their friendship is a haven, a space to unpack insecurities, share stories about family and friends, and navigate the surreal pressures of living in the global spotlight. Their story began in Nashville, back when both were young, ambitious artists finding their footing in the music industry's unpredictable landscape. They'd hop on planes to gigs together, hang out constantly, and for 6 months, during Taylor's Red Tour in 2013 and 2014, they were nearly inseparable. Picture them on a tour bus, trading stories between shows or grabbing late-night burgers. In unfamiliar cities, their laughter cutting through the exhaustion of life on the road. Those months weren't just about performing to packed arenas. They were about building a bond that would endure time, distance, and the chaos of their meteoric rise. Imagine Ed strumming a guitar backstage while Taylor jots down lyrics. The two of them riffing off each other's energy, laying the groundwork for a friendship that's still rock solid today. Their creative partnership is just as storied. From their first collaboration, Everything Has Changed on Taylor's Red album, to Endgame on Reputation, and later The Joker and the Queen and Run, their songs weave Ed's soulful, introspective style with Taylor's knack for vivid storytelling. Each track feels like a chapter in their friendship, built on mutual respect and a shared understanding of what it's like to live under the world's gaze. In a 2023 chat with Zane Lowe on Apple Music One, Ed described their bond as like therapy. "You're actually talking to someone that truly gets it," he said, explaining how they dive into everything: family dynamics, friendships, insecurities, and the strange ways fame changes how people treat you. Those long, unfiltered conversations are a lifeline, a rare chance to be vulnerable in an industry that often demands a polished exterior. Ed's nostalgia didn't stop at Star Wars or his early days with Taylor. He shared how sifting through old text messages for recent copyright lawsuits brought back a flood of memories. Those texts, likely sent during late-night tour bus rides or quiet moments between gigs, are like digital keepsakes, capturing the raw, unfiltered moments of their friendship. Imagine Ed scrolling through his phone, stumbling across a message from Taylor about a funny tour moment or a quick check-in during a hectic week, and suddenly he's back in 2013, both of them young and chasing dreams. They're a reminder of how far they've come from scrappy Nashville newcomers to global icons, who still carve out time for each other. It's the kind of thing anyone can relate to, finding an old note or photo that pulls you back to a moment you'd almost forgotten. For Ed, these fragments of the past tie directly to his love for the Phantom Menace. Just as those childhood cinema trips shaped his imagination, his time with Taylor defined his career. Both are proof that small moments can leave outsized impacts, like ripples spreading across a pond. Want more glimpses into these iconic friendships? Subscribe now to catch every episode. Ed kept things light. 2. Sharing a trick for winning over a crowd. He recalled bringing Eminem on stage in Detroit, a guaranteed way to set the audience on fire. When asked who'd have the same effect in Philadelphia, he didn't hesitate. "I think Taylor, just because she's home." It was a nod to her Pennsylvania roots, but he quickly added, "I kind of think Taylor anywhere," though with a chuckle, and it's hard to disagree. She's not just a hometown hero, she's a global phenomenon, capable of electrifying any crowd. This idea of a cheat code for the stage mirrors their friendship in a way. Ed and Taylor's bond is its own kind of cheat code, a rare, authentic connection in a world of fleeting alliances. Their ability to stay grounded, to make time for each other despite insane schedules, speaks to the strength of their relationship. Picture them stealing a few hours between tour stops, maybe over coffee or a quiet dinner, talking about everything from new music to the absurdities of fame. It's something fans, especially Swifties, admire deeply, seeing Taylor not just as a pop titan, but as a loyal friend who shows up for the people who matter. Ed's time on the podcast wasn't just a celebrity. Talalit was a celebration of what makes us human: nostalgia, connection, and the moments that shape us, whether they're epic lightsaber battles or quiet talks with a friend. For fans of Ed Taylor or the Kelce brothers, it was a crossover that blended music, sports, and heartfelt storytelling in a way that felt fresh and genuine. As Ed reminisced about the Phantom Menace and his bond with Taylor, he reminded us that even megastars are driven by the same emotions we all feel: the thrill of a childhood movie, the comfort of a trusted friend, the bittersweet tug of looking back. His stories resonate because they're universal, yet delivered from a life that feels worlds apart. You can't help but wonder, what other tales does Ed have from his time with Taylor? What was it really like in those early Nashville days? To young artists chasing dreams against the odds? How do they keep their friendship tight when the industry pulls them in opposite directions? These questions linger, pulling you deeper into their world. Maybe the next chapter will be a new song,